get in the door. I have 2 sales people. I have 3 retention people and 2 sales people right now. So a salespeople's job is to figure out, a lot of times with me, how to get in the door. So I'll come back from a meeting, you do the same thing. Here's a business card. Met this guy, I think he'd be a good person to get into. The smaller the company, probably the CEO. The bigger the company, it's either the CMO, the HR person, the CIO, somebody at that C level that can get you in the door. Right now we're trying AGCO. Do you guys know AGCO, a big company in the area? We can't figure out how to get in there, and we're calling people and trying to figure out who the right person is. The CIO isn't interested, so that's a problem. So we're it's just figuring out. Yeah.
What's the relationship with local universities?
Local university relationship is our biggest relationship, because we're right next door, is Georgia Tech. So we do some things in terms of they have a ATDC. It's a big incubator. So we work with them. They have somebody from the director, the dean of engineering, on our board. University of Georgia, because it's in Athens, where we just opened up our chapter, they're getting involved. They just started an growing their engineering program. Many of the colleges are members, and some of the colleges cost them more, but they actually have their students as members. And we have something that we're trying to start. I think we did 4 of them last year, called Tag on Campus. There's also Women in Technology. They do WIT on campus. So trying to get the students engaged. So pretty good. I think we could do more, but it's mostly membership or tactical in terms of the area or a particular activity. Sometimes they'll call us, like they had a speaker at Georgia Tech, the Google evangelist, forgot his name. Huh? Yeah, Vinton Cerf. So he was speaking, and they were concerned about not filling the audience. So, we have a database now of 50,000. So we said, all right, we'll send out to our database, and it filled up the next day. So I want to be mindful of the time. I think that's a little bit of a mix in terms of the membership we talked about. So, there's different levels. There's directors, there's, C-level. It's a great development program for people that want to go be thought leaders or knowledge exchange, different levels of the organization. This is something that we did, just something that you might want to do. What we did is we picked and sorry, you probably can't read that well. It's more just for to pick what we thought through. I did this for the board one meeting and just said, here's some points in time from 2005 through 2011 where we think we made a significant impact or shift in where the organization was going. Like, for example, when we started something called Venture Atlanta, or we started the Premier membership, or started the golf tournament, hired our PR director, that sort of thing. Something to think about in terms of, industry. There's some organization charts. Bill will have those. Don't really want to spend time on those and how we work. The allocation of labor. This is good because I think one thing that you have told through Kat and Bill that you want to do is we couldn't possibly do what we do if we didn't have the 33 societies. We couldn't have 250 meetings. We'd have probably 20 or 30 or 40. So the societies are a key piece, certainly the staff, the board members, the partners, and the contractors. So there's a lot of different groups. So we get a lot of pro bono work done as well from different groups in the area. So that helps.
How many relationship managers you may have?
Yeah, 3 relationship managers are going to have a 4th, and they just work with the Premier members. So it's about 1 to, like they're in my office now saying there's too many because it's 280 for 3 people. It's kind of, I always think of it like a bank, bank account manager, but that's a lot of accounts that they have. They have more than 90 accounts, right?
So how much of your growth and success do you attribute to having staff that reaches out directly into your organization and engages with them?
Yeah, I would say that it's, so how much, the question was how much would I attribute the success of the Premier engagement managers to the overall success of TAG? It's certainly a significant factor. If I were to say, because we have more society events, that creates more opportunities for sponsorship. So the Health IT Summit that we have, we raised like $150,000 just on that event, a signature event alone through that society. But I do think the relationship managers and having that 92% retention and the sales team together have contributed to the revenue, which then allows us to add the loss leaders, I'll call them, like the PR director, the lobbyist full-time, doing the research that we do. And that, coming out of the YMCA, where we did a capital campaign for like $60 million, and we took these all, if you've been to Chicago, we had single room occupancy housing. I don't know if Dallas, why, I think they probably had that at one time, SROs. We had 10 of them. And so everything was sponsorable if you want to do a capital campaign. At one of our residencies, we had 600 rooms, and they could sponsor each door, each room for, I don't know what it was, $5,000. So we didn't get the commodes to be sponsored, but that was about it. But so that I kind of carried that over with TAG. So we're always thinking about what is a sponsorship opportunity. So you can sponsor a society for a gold sponsor. That means you get your brand visibility at every event during the year. Your logo, you might get to say a few words or introduce someone. That's like $2,500 or $3,500. But we don't have any exclusives, so there could be a number of those. And so that sponsorship comes up to $1.7 million, and the membership's $1.7 million. Membership this year, I don't think I brought the chart, finally has crossed over sponsorship to be the #1 revenue engine, but they're almost exactly the same. There is a role for the board. I'm leaving you, Bill. We created this little sheet, roles and responsibility for the board, kind of for you. And then I also have a membership packet. So we have a nice packet, particularly on our Premier membership program. So it's just a piece that we create, and it's pretty reasonable to do. We have it done outside, but it's under $100, I think, to do maybe 300 or 400 of these. And it just, on the inside, it has all the members that are Premier, and then it has the benefits. And then on the back, it has all the special interest groups and the pricing and our board of directors. So we bring this out for our sales calls. I'll leave that with you guys as well. And then one of the things that's interesting is, so you know that I'm being honest about the sponsorship, everything's sponsorable. This is our sponsorship booklet. So every page is a different sponsorship opportunity. We have that electronic, and we send that out to people as well. So we put packages together of what they might want to sponsor during the year.
You talked about one-stop shop. Do you feel like you have a lot of competition in terms of other associations or other, not just the chamber, but other forms of education and community events that detract from your societies? Or?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the question is there competition or other community organizations that detract? I really would say no. There really is no. We've kind of taken out all the competition by having all those societies and the affiliate partnerships. So there's not anybody we really feel. There are big events on certain days, and with those groups, we have a grid where we make sure we're not having the big event on the same day.
You talked about partners on your pie chart.
Yeah.
Is that a partner like HIMSS or IEEE or any of those?
IEEE is kind of on the fringe. HIMSS is kind of on the fringe. Atlanta Telecom Professionals, PMI, ASAP. There's a bunch of them. And the partnership is basically, what we say is, we'll promote your event because we're the big gorilla with a database. We have 50,000 in our database. We'll promote your event just like it was ours. In return for that, we want our members to be able to go to your events at your membership rate. It's not reciprocal though. So the trade is our marketing girth for their activity. So we say to our members, you can not only go to our 33 societies, you also can go to these other groups at the member rate.
Kind of keeps them from being by membership.
Yeah, but they might buy members, so the other groups will do that because they'll say, well, if they come to 3 of our meetings, maybe they'll want to join our membership. So it's a win-win. Nobody's ever dropped out of that because they feel like they're getting the bad end of it. They get more people to come to the meetings that wouldn't come, and then once they're there, they can see if they can sign them up for membership. Some of them don't care as much about membership as just coming to their programs.
we talk about marketing at all?
Bill, you want me to?
Keep going.
Okay. I think that's.
I'm interested in that.
Oh, those are our signature events. So there's a lot of those. Signature events are where a society says, okay, we said to each of the societies that we want to do we want them to do a signature event. This year there were 15. So the marketing society does the marketing awards. The health society does the health IT summit. The fintech, which we're a big payment processing area, about 70 to 80% of the payment processing in the U.S. flows through Georgia. We have First Data, Equifax, Elevon, TSYS, etc. And so they have a symposium, and so on and so forth. So
I'm looking over there, I'm seeing 2 Battle of the Bands.
we picked that up actually from another technology. Baltimore did that, and we're trying it for the first time. So we tried to put our calendar together for next year. And the Battle of the Bands is what we've learned, and we think this will be fun. And another kind of team building thing is, if you're in technology, I'm going to stereotype again, it's likely that you probably have a band member in your company if you're big enough. Like if Cisco, you probably have, you're relatively new, you probably have a lot of musicians over there. I don't know. But are you a musician? Oh, okay. She's pointing to you like you were. So anyways, the plan is basically that if you're somebody that in the company that has a band, or you're a musician within the company, that you can put your video together. I don't know if they've decided, is it 2 minutes or 3 minutes. We'll put it on our site, and people are going to vote. And then the 4 top vote getters will have a party one night, and the 4 bands will play, and they'll pick the winning band, like The Voice or all those other things that are out there now. So, and we'll probably have, sponsors, etc. Of course, we'll have sponsors, so, make money on it. All good. Any questions on that? These are so when you talk about where Georgia leads, so one of the things, this goes back to being in top 5 state, we've identified 8 areas, actually, I don't know. Well, mobility is more horizontal, so we have it up there, but I don't really consider it it is an area where we lead. But anyways, the 7 are areas where we lead. So we've created maps around each of those. I think I provided one in the packet. You can go online, it's wheregeorgialeads.com, I think, and see. So from a government-facing standpoint, we're saying these are clusters that are strong here. They also lead to what societies we wanted to form. And then additionally, there's a lot of promotion around the Where Georgia Leads areas. We had the governor come out and say, Georgia is the place where Georgia leads, and we created a video around that and all. So, and you can sponsor those as well. So you can sponsor had that here, the maps. I think I have one that has, so if you open up something like this is inside will be all the companies. Oh, I think I have it at the end there actually. Yeah, so, yeah, this is for health.
The bottom left is the sponsor, I think?
Yeah, the bottom left is the sponsor on that one. AJ&W is one of the sponsors. And these are Metro Atlanta, and these are outside the area. So these are online as well. It can be interactive, and just positions tag as a leader, and again, where we have leadership positions. Those are societies. There is a thing I think you probably looked at already, showing a description of each of the societies that I passed around. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I just had a question. How have you built a database of 50,000 names? Has that been primarily with these orientation events you've done? I mean, I see that's a huge difference between you and us.
Yeah.
And so-
Building the database is, I think, one of the key things, because our philosophy is the more you get in the database, the more likely you'll have people participate, the more members you'll get. You're just creating your own, group of people you can communicate to. So we built that in a number of different ways. First is, going to the companies, the premier companies are going to give us names. People can opt in the database without being a member, so that's, online activity. We've also had groups that, like our societies and others, that say, we're the Health IT Society, we have this list of people that are in HIMSS or whatever. Do you want the list? And we all say yes. So we'll put those in, and we'll get permission for them to opt in. and we'll keep adding to the list. And we'll get dropouts, but we're always adding more than we're dropping. So there is a strategy. There's one of the staff people in their performance goals have building the database as one of their goals. But it's sort of like, and this is a small amount, but at any meeting I go to, if I get a business card, they all go into the database. So over the course of a year, we're adding people to the database every year.
So Ken, it's actually, we do winning pitches. We do them both at our offices. And for chairman circle member,